Part 2.
Part 2.
Money. Hi everybody, it's T&Mai. I'm May.
I'm the other one.
Alright. Thanks for joining us. We are having a 3-part conversation. Check out our previous video where we talked about your past with your partner. Today we're going to talk about money. This whole series is
all
on
the hard shit you have to talk about.
Real talk. The stuff that you have to talk about with your partner. If you don't, that's up to you. But if you want to deepen your relationship and strengthen your relationship, these are some of the hard things that you have to talk about. What was I going to say?
I don't know.
Money. Yeah, we're going to talk about money, and that is, obviously, we know something that is huge in relationships.
It's a cause of, I don't know what,
50%.
95% of failures.
I was just throwing out percentages.
Just throwing out. But it's a cause of a lot of
strife
in relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's hard to talk about because everybody's in a different place with money. People are embarrassed about how much they make, how much more or less they make. And, we have 2 different approaches with money.
Yeah.
But I feel like we've learned how to
blend them together.
Mm-hmm. First of all, I'm just saying my wife is a financial, I'm not going to say genius or whiz, because you're not, I'm not even going to say that. No, you are. I mean, to me, you are a whiz. Definitely a whiz. Like, you handle the finances in a really efficient way, and I appreciate it. But not only that, like, before I was like, I didn't care about having credit. I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna get on my soapbox and talk about why, but she helped me see the importance of, fixing and managing your credit
to a point.
And I went from having really shitty credit to having pretty good credit. And it's because of her right there. Mm-hmm. And, we have an approach that I feel like I'm like gung-ho about.
For couples.
For couples, even individuals. Mm-hmm. To eliminate your debt and, save and also, have fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah, money.
Yeah, well, and I said to a point, thanks babe. I said to a point as far as credit, because credit is part of the construct of society, right? And so it's needed for certain things, and it's very hard to move around needing it for things like buying a car, buying your house, those big things, renting your apartment, those kind of things they're gonna, ask for. Now, if you've got it like that and you're cash life, cash.
That was
you might be able to.
I didn't have it like that, but I was just cash. Like, I don't want fucking credit card. I don't want it.
Right. But there's, like I said, a point where when you want to get some of these different kinds of things, the assets, which would be your house, everything else as far as cars are not. But you need credit. Because those things are going to be important, especially if it's something that you can't pay off completely in cash. So beyond that, there shouldn't really be a need for using credit. And I am saying that now, coming not full circle, I guess 180 from really living that life, being able to pay my bills, making enough to, make my payments, and using credit cards and having that to supplement my lifestyle in a way where I could do whatever I wanted to do, buy whatever I wanted to buy, but at the end of the month, I would have to make my payment to my credit card, which I could afford, but I was never really building wealth.
Yeah.
And I was kind of just sustaining the lifestyle that I wanted to sustain. Not too crazy, but just kind of what I wanted to do. And then when you came along and I saw that you could have cared less for any of that stuff, it kind of made me think like, well, what's going on with me? Like, he was just like, I remember you asked me, it was like we were talking about finances, which this is what this is about, us talking about it. And you were like, but why do you have to pay a credit card bill? And I was just like, because I used it for stuff. And you were like, but why? Like, when do we stop paying for them? And I was like, I had no, because I was like, but I don't have to, no. Like, we could just use our money for what we want to use our money for. And that was like a mind blower for me. And that changed a lot of the ways that I saw finances and really helped develop our financial character as a couple.
Yeah.
Because we kind of took those two things. Like, I was savvy enough to have great credit, and you were savvy enough to say, let's not have any debt. And so bringing those two together created our financial character, I think, for us. But we're here to talk about that in the first place. And overcoming like you were talking about, all the fears around where you are and all of that stuff. And I think what's key is that when you're a couple, and there's different stages to this, right? Like, when you're married, I believe that your finances should be joined. Because if you're still on some me and some you, then we not on the we. Right. And that's...
but we also meshed our styles there as well, because I was a fan of having our own our fund money accounts. Yes,
our own bank accounts.
So just because I don't know, just the way I operate with money, I don't like dipping in the pot where we pay our bills out of. We're taking care of stuff that we need to take care of. Like, if I'm buying shoes or if I'm buying, some equipment, I don't want to dip out of that. And that's like my reason for why I feel like, a little separate account for, the individuals was a thing. Not because not because of anything else, really.
Yeah. Well, and that's, and that's one of the things, right? So talking about just how you guys want to handle your finances. So I'm going to talk about marriage for right now, and then maybe we could talk about if you're dating. Because when we were dating, everything was separate.
And right, but we talked about it though.
We did talk about it, how we would bring things together, or what each other's financial makeup is. Like, how you handle your finances, how do you move in these streets? Understanding each other from that perspective helped us kind of think about how we could come together. And we were on completely opposite sides. So it is possible to come together. And for us, what works is having a joint account that the majority of both of our paychecks direct deposit into. And you can talk about percentages that you want to do, because people can make different amounts. But, if you're both we're going to put 80% of our salary into this, then your 80%, my 80%, it doesn't matter what that is. Right. It's all going into the joint to pay all of our bills. And
it's all 80% and it's going to the joint.
Right. And when we say, it's going to the joint to pay our bills, it's literally our bills. My phone bill, your phone bill, the light bill, the mortgage, utilities, all of that. Because all of that is part of what, keeps us functioning. Any extra stuff you want to do, if you got your, you want to get some Fenty Beauty stuff I do.
What do you use? Lancome?
No.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, no shade to Lancome, but...
Sorry. I don't know what the fancy brands are that you use.
La Mer.
It was a little something.
La Mer. Anywho, But, you know, so all of the bills related to household, related to the things that you guys both have, any debts that you have,
That
all
you've
of that
accrued together.
that you've accrued together. But even before that, because like when we kind of started on our debt-free journey, which when we got married, we created a 5-year plan. It included all of our debts, like student loans, my credit card debt. At the time it was mine. Now it's just our debt. But I was feeling some type of way about that because I was like, I'm bringing in all this stuff.
I was feeling some kind of way because I was like, hey, I don't got shit on my debt. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's like I can't feel or touch this. It didn't really like impact my life in some kind of, you know, like I wasn't like sitting there stressing about it. It's like, all right, this is what it is, and you know, you work with it until we came up with a plan to deal with it because, you know, I guess that's when I said that thing. It was like, all right, look, we gotta do something else with. It was just like paying debt. Like, when the fuck is it gonna end? But, you know, you have to make that decision to be like, all right, we're gonna knock debt out.
Yeah.
And it ain't easy. It's like it's a journey. It's a debt-free journey.
Mm-hmm. And that's everything. Our plan right now is everything except the house, which we'll get to. So cars, credit cards, student loans, personal loans, everything. Yeah. Anything, and at the same time, not adding to it, that's what makes it hard.
That's the hard part.
Because it's like, you can't try to knock out debt, but then still be using your credit cards and still be, you know, doing whatever else. So it's about that plan of like, we're not going to do this anymore. And then all we're going to do is work towards paying all these things off. But that was a conversation that we had to have around, you know, me expressing how I felt about being the person who was bringing most of the debt into the relationship, and him hearing that, and at least hearing that so that he could like acknowledge that I at least wasn't just like, oh yeah, you gonna come in and pay all my and pay all my bills.
Not even gonna happen.
But it was good for me to just express that because I had some insecurity about it, and for you to just tell me like, this is us now, so it's ours. Well, we have to figure out a way to take care of it. And you know, so we have the joint account that pays all the bills, all the debts,
and also funds are like together, like
funds are together stuff. So if we're going out to eat, if we're going on a trip, you know, any of those things,
we really let our fun money be our fun money.
Yeah. So,
you know.
Yeah. And so having then your fun money account, which is what we call it, but we each then keep our sense of independence, which was very important to me. But at the same time, you have, you know, that money that you can do whatever you want to do with. So if I wanted to buy him a present or something that I didn't want him to know about because we both have access to the joint, you know, I could save up my fun money and do that. Or if it was something that needed to come from the joint, then I'd let him know that, hey, I'm going to spend on something. Don't even pay attention to what that is, or where that is, or whatever. But I think we also talk to each other if we have something coming out of the joint that is going to be like above a certain amount.
Yeah.
Then you just kind of be like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. It's going to be above $500. You know, and then that way we're like in the know, and it keeps us talking about it, you know? So having the joint account to get everything paid for, you know, then we don't have to worry about like, oh, did you pay the light bill? Oh, I forgot this month. Like, no, it's coming out the joint. And then your fun money, each account on the side, everybody has their independence. Everybody has a little change to do whatever they want to do with it. And that's just been working out like perfectly for us. And at some point when all of our debts is done, then I think we'll either put more into the fund money or we'll be more lenient on what comes out of the joint. Yeah. Because now that money in there is actually ours. It doesn't belong to
the
creditors of the world. So, you know, and that's the next phase of it. But talking to your partner about money in a way that is open and honest, and just like, you know, some of us haven't learned about it, you know, in order to know, and your partner may know and have been on top of their stuff, or
just be open to each other's perspective of how, but you know what I'm saying? And for yourself though, like, be in some kind of responsible place. You know what I mean? Like, be in some kind of responsible place to be like, all right, I want to be with this person. Because we're talking about relationship.
Right, yeah.
You know, and like, if you're just dating, like, voice your concerns, voice your opinions.
So let's talk about, did you, like, you were talking about my La Mer that I use. Was there something that you were just like, oh, she's gonna like, I'm not, and the thing is, I'm not a bags and shoes kind of, well, maybe a little bit of shoes. What?
You not?
I don't have any designer bags like that.
Not yet.
Not while we're on the debt-free plan, no.
No, right.
But when we're off of it.
I'm just saying, you have tendencies. You have bag tendencies.
I just have nice things tendencies. I like nice things.
But anyway, what was you about to ask?
I was asking if there was anything, like, financially about me that you were just kind of like, oof, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know what you mean by I don't know, but
that scared you or worried you a bit.
I mean, I took pause at how much you were willing to divvy for your face creams.
It's my face, though.
I mean, hey, look.
It's skincare.
I'm not complaining. I just was like, damn! It costs that much?
It doesn't have to.
But you like what you like, you use what you use. I'm not hating.
I was really surprised at how much of a saver you are. Like, it would be like a couple months and you'd be like, so I got like 5G saved, so. And I'd be like, how the hell?
First of all, I'm not gonna have 5G just sitting
no, but I'm saying, like, it was just like, he would just be like, so I have this much saved. And I'm like, how did you even do that? Like, but that was me realizing my struggles in how I needed to be a better saver. And
the thing is too, if I have something in mind I want, I usually have, things that I'll have to save up for. And I like to have a surplus because I don't want to have to then get that thing and then be broke.
Yeah.
So I'll save up until I got like however much more, and I can buy my thing and then still be like, all right, back down to a little minimal level.
Well, a lot of his principles really helped evolve my way of doing things. And that was when I realized I'm not saving because I'm spending the money I would be saving on my debt. And so then if I don't buy some of the things that I'm buying or do some of the things I'm doing, then that leaves me the room to pay off my debt so I can save. So it all goes in there together. But now with paying so much attention to what we do, and I think something that really helps us is that I track our finances. So when you were talking about me, being on top of our finances, I'm the 180. Before, I never used to really think about what I was spending on what.
But you didn't know you could apply graphs and pie charts to it.
Yes. But now, I track everything that's coming in and going out, and then it was monthly, but now it's not as often. We had one today. We have like conversations about
back to monthly.
Yeah, we have budget conversations where it's just like what's going on from a financial standpoint with us. So we just check in on the weekend. We'll take about 30 minutes and look at where the bank account's at. How far are we on paying off debt? Are there any big things coming up that, we want to, is there a trip coming up? Is there I mean, we haven't really been taking trips while we're doing this, but
COVID.
but is there something coming up that, you know, we need to allocate money for, or is there something he needs?
He
or
was about to take a
you
trip
know.
right before COVID. Right before. Wait, isn't that what sat us down? Was that, or was it before?
It was before, but it also was like it helped us get more serious. Yeah. We weren't as serious as we could have been.
We were just planning a trip back to somewhere we loved going, and we were just about to blow. We were about to go back further into debt.
We had saved some for it.
Did we?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, okay.
We had saved for it. But the thing is, we instead used that to just pay off more things instead of going on the trip. Because you were like, once we're done with our debt, then we can go on a really nice trip to celebrate. And I can't wait to plan that one.
Yes.
But, you know, money is scary. Money is tough to talk about. But it's so important because then you and your partner are on the same page. You guys can like tackle all the things that life is going to throw at you together. And then you just make sure that you're keeping the roof over your head, the lights on, you know, whatever you guys have going on from a bills situation. So talk about it. Don't be afraid to talk about it. Express any sort of like insecurities that you might have, just so you get it all out on the table. So again, you're not, you know, keeping something a secret that's planning it. Like if you're a secret spender and you spend a whole lot and you have no idea.
You on the side spending.
Yeah, like put that out there because your partner might be able to help you if y'all are both spenders.
That's the thing too, like there has to be some kind of complimentary, you know what I mean? Like you can't
like
both just be like out there wild spending. But like yeah, you said like at least say it. So it's like, okay,
like,
well I like spending this much on this. And it's like, well I like just spending shit for no reason.
Yeah.
Like that's not gonna work. So it gotta be, you know, some kind of balance.
Yeah. Because then it's gonna be like, all right, well, who's gonna keep an eye on this
and
for
I think
us?
That's why like it probably is a thing of contention a lot, because what if two people are together that aren't good with money? Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah. Then what do?
Seek help.
Yeah.
But you have to know that it's like the way you guys are doing money isn't conducive to
the things that you're trying to do.
Yeah, whatever you're trying to do.
Yeah. And that even if you both aren't good, like at least talking about it and being like, I don't know how to do this and I don't know how to do that. Then like you said, seeking help is like we need somebody to help us with doing that.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like some kind of deal breaking thing.
Yeah, it could be like, how do we create a plan for this? And so since we've been doing this for a long time, I started a consulting business. I'm just gonna give myself a little quick shout out there, a little plug. But Safula Consulting, SAFULA Consulting.com. I help people really kind of take a look at their finances and what I call face your numbers, so that they don't scare you. You don't go running and hiding from them. They're numbers and you can change them. So coming up with a plan for how to look at your finances. Whether
I'm somebody that's like, ugh, and she definitely helps with making it approachable. So
yeah. So, you know, seek help, check us out, check me out. And, you know, I can help you guys take a look at where you are and where you want to go and help you develop a plan. But the most important thing is having that conversation and talking with your partner about
people who
money.
Want to be together.
Let's assume they want to be together.
You know, if you don't care, hey, do you?
That's the message at the end.
Mm-hmm.
But thanks for joining us for this conversation about hard things to talk about with your partner. Money being one of them. Subscribe, comment, and ask questions of us below. And we look forward to seeing you at our next video.
Peace.
Take care. Thanks. Bye.